This is Connected Threads, Season 2 of the Happily Living podcast. I'm your host, Gabrielle Brown, and in this season, we explore the interconnections between ourselves and nature, including how cultural practices, technologies, and lifestyles impact the environment and ourselves. Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode on the Happily Living podcast. I'm your host, Gabrielle Brown, and if you're new, welcome to the crew. If you're not, welcome back. Today, we are going to talk about natural living, and I created a little outline for myself, which I normally do, but I did it differently today because I know I digress, and I feel like these topics all touch on each other. But then I kind of lose people in translation and the whole message just gets lost. So what we're going to talk about today is city water system, cleaning products, advertising, bringing in greenery into your home, like the greenery hypothesis, and how you can take control of your health in your own hands. So let's get started, shall we? First things first, if you live in a home and you are on city water, I don't know about apartments, but if you are on city water like me, let me just tell you how it works. So there's a water treatment facility, and city water, also known as municipal water, comes from various sources such as rivers, lakes, reservoirs, underground wells, and it's treated at a water treatment facility to remove contaminants and ensures that it meets safety standards before being distributed to homes and businesses. So the water is collected from these natural sources, and to make water safe for drinking, they undergo a multi-step purification process. This is like coagulation and flocculation, which is where chemicals like aluminum sulfate or ferric chloride are added to the water to bind dirt and particles into larger clumps called flock. That goes into the sedimentation process where the heavy flock settles to the bottom of a tank, separating it from the clear water. From there, it goes to the filtration step where the remaining water passes through layers of sand, gravel, and activated carbon to remove smaller particles like bacteria and contaminants. Then, it's moved to disinfectation stage. The disinfection stage is chlorine, ozone, and ultraviolet light used to kill harmful bacteria like viruses and pathogens. Some municipalities add chloramine. It's a combination of chlorine and ammonia. So that helps to maintain water safety throughout the distribution system. And then they have a whole pH adjustment and corrosion control, which chemicals like lime or sodium hydroxide may be added to balance pH and prevent pipes from corroding. And then sometimes fluoride is often added to promote dental health. So treated water is then stored in either water towers and reservoirs before being distributed through a network of underground pipes, or it's given in pumping stations to ensure steady pressure and supply. This is what I want to talk about now that we're past that part. You have the testing and monitoring, you have public reporting, and you have emergency treatment alerts. Although it's a highly regulated process designed to ensure safe, clean drinking water, even though most municipal water is safe, some areas still face contamination issues like aging lead pipes or industrial pollution, which is like a lot of big businesses where they have like chemical facilities and they have this like water runoff waste management that they have to follow certain protocols and EPA standards to do it properly. Now, you have companies that audit these companies to make sure that they're fitting those standards, and then you have the EPA that also audits these companies to make sure they fit their standards. When they get like minors or majors of non-conformancies, meaning they're not following the standards, they then have to go through a process to do the corrective actions, right? It takes time. Well, while it's taking all this time, and if it gets seen, it's still in the water. Secondly, most of these cases, like several major cases where companies or industries polluted water supplies, are going on without the public knowing for years. And there's been notorious cases like the DuPont and PFOA contamination, or the Camp Lejeune water contamination, or the Hinckley, California, where it was PG and E chromium 6 contamination. So that was where Pacific Gas and Electric, that company, dumped hexavalent chromium into the groundwater. You have PFAS, which is the forever chemicals, right? A nationwide issue, which is still ongoing. So man-made chemicals found in like firefighting foam, food packaging, and waterproof clothing don't break down and go into our sewers, right? Like when it runs down the streets, when they're putting out fires, whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be related to the firefighters. It's like the food packaging, right? And the clothing. It goes into the water system. And then you also have, closer to home, Flint, Michigan, dealing with their pipes corroding and leaking lead since 2014. Literally till now. Like, they're still dealing with this problem because the city did not properly treat the water when the government officials were told about it and denied the problem for over a year. So what I'm trying to get at is, one, I never, ever want to hand other people control over my health, because I am going to be let down time and time again. Like, I will be upset, and then what? What am I going to do about it? I'm just going to suffer. And we can't have that here, people. This is the happily living. We do not suffer here. So this is what we're going to do. When you have city water, if you are able to, get a whole house water filter. Look into how you could do that. Prioritize that, because it's so important. And the reason it's important is because these chemicals that they put into the water, regardless if you have safe drinking water or not, there are, through distillation, disinfection, and I'm pretty sure most people have Britas or water purifiers, ROs, whatever it is, that strips the natural minerals from the water. These natural minerals are how we absorb nutrients from our food and are super vital to how our body actually functions on a day-to-day basis. So with the disinfection process and some filtration processes used in water treatment facilities, on top of, if you have a softener in your home, like a water softener or a Brita or a reverse osmosis system like an RO, these can remove some of the natural minerals and nutrients found in water. So the natural minerals in water aren't just about hydration, although they're very important. Hydration meaning like you stay hydrated, but your skin, your moisture barrier stays hydrated. This serves as a source of essential minerals, our water does, and that contributes to our overall health. So minerals naturally present in water, such as calcium, magnesium, potassium, and trace elements, play that significant role in maintaining electrolyte balance, bone health, muscle function, and proper hydration, which overall supports immune function, enzyme activity. This is so crucial for your body to just function. And so many people today wonder why we have magnesium depletion, fatigue, eczema, acne, just various signs that you're like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because of the winter. My lips get dry and cracked. My hands are bleeding. Like, it's serious. Like, I have eczema and I have, quote unquote, I still refuse to believe it, but adult onset acne and various things, right? And like I've told you guys, like going through the holistic whole food process and then talking to a dermatologist and just being told that I have adult onset acne, I refuse to believe it, because everything deals with your gut. Everything deals with the function of your body. So if things are coming out of your skin, i.e. pimples or whatever, things are being pushed out of your body because they don't know how to use it properly. It's not being digested. It doesn't know where to go, but it tries to excrete it somehow. With cracked lips and cracked skin and eczema and dry overall skin, that's dealing with hydration. But if you're supposedly drinking so much water, and if it's filtered, because tap water isn't the best, unfortunately, when it shouldn't have ever been a problem. But that's not my point. when you're drinking filtered water, you're not getting all these minerals. So when you're not getting all these minerals, you start to have electrolyte imbalance and poor hydration, increased acidity and mineral leaching, and then possibly digestive and metabolic effects, and overall less natural energy. And let's go through how that occurs. So drinking demineralized water, like RO or distilled, like we talked about, can cause the body to lose more minerals through going to the bathroom than it takes in. And that causes that imbalance in electrolytes. That leads to symptoms like fatigue, muscle weakness, and cramps. Then, because the RO in distilled water is more acidic, because of the lack of buffering minerals to kind of balance the pH, that acidity is inevitably balanced in your body. And how it balances it is it pulls minerals from your bones and tissues, which then contribute to mineral deficiencies even more, and possibly osteoporosis. And then studies suggest that demineralized water can cause digestive discomfort and reduce the absorption of certain nutrients. So not only do our food system and our foods not have very much nutrients in it anymore at all, but then what you do have nutrients in, you're not absorbing. And you have to have these minerals to properly absorb food. Let me say that one more time. So, in order to absorb nutrients for your body to function properly, you have to have minerals for your body to actually undergo the process of using food for energy and everything else. So, if you don't have the minerals, you can't absorb the nutrients. Well, if you're lacking minerals and nutrients, you see how that can cause a snowballing effect with your overall health. And then you have doctors saying, everything looks fine, everything's average. Well, that's because the whole freaking population is a bad average. Doesn't mean that the average is good. So when you see things like this and you're being told constantly that you're fine, nothing seems wrong, you're not allergic to gluten, you're not allergic to this, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, but things aren't fine. And I'm so sick of being tired things are fine. So if that's not you, then pat on the back. Like, I'm really happy for you, but unfortunately that is me. And this is what I wanted to talk about too, is because I want to show you how you can reintroduce minerals into your water at home yourself. So it's not the end of the world. I know it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't even function as a human being. Everything is just terrible now, between the products and kitchen supplies we use, to the water, to the food, to, EV cars and everything. Like everything is just, I'm going to die before I'm 20. Like, I know you can feel that way. I know you probably do feel that way, but that is all going to change. I promise. That is why I want to talk about this, because I want you to know, here's what's happening. This might be causing certain things, and here's what you can do to actually take control of it. By reintroducing minerals into your water, you can start feeling more better and have, like me, my acne started clearing up. Like, I add Jacobson salt to our water. It's like a ratio, so we do 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon for every liter of water, and then you put it in your water. And for me, I crave it. Like, I literally crave that water. Like, it tastes so good. It doesn't taste like the ocean. It's not salty. It may taste a little different for you at first because you're not used to it, but it also may not, because it's such a minimal amount that it's not overdoing your sodium intake for the day, and it just restores lost nutrients and minerals into your body. So you start craving it. You start noticing you drink way more water than you used to. And if you do the next step, you're literally going to be thriving. But before I get to the next step, what I noticed is I don't have canker sores anymore. My lips aren't cracking or chapped, or I don't have cold sores. I don't have acne. Like, my moisture barrier, my skin, the lack of nutrients or lack of minerals in your water, when you wash your hands a lot or you take a shower, your body is supposed to get these minerals into your skin, and that's supposed to help your overall skin barrier, your moisture barrier, to not have eczema, to not have acne, to not have all these things. And so that's why I notice I am having more issues and flare-ups with eczema or acne, is because of the water. Now, a lot of people will band-aid it and put a shower filter on or a sink filter on, but again, that doesn't remineralize your water, so it doesn't help. It may help prevent, the chlorine and the fluoride in your water, but at the end of the day, it doesn't add trace minerals back into your water. So what I do, like I said, I do Jacobsen salt. You can add trace mineral drops. A few drops of this concentrated trace minerals can restore lost nutrients. Sea salt, using a mineral-rich sea salt like Himalayan. If you do Celtic sea salt, that's totally okay, but do not do Selena, okay? I'm telling you right now, Selena, we use Selena. It was fantastic at the moment. And then Lead Mama, I think is what her name is. She's like a renowned writer and all this stuff. I don't really know too much about her, but I know she's like well educated and very verifiable. She stated and found reports of high levels of heavy lead and metals in their salt. So we had to throw away our 4-pound bag of Celtic sea salt from Selena. And I was pissed. I was so upset because it's so expensive. But anyways, don't do them. Just choosing naturally mineralized water can also help, but that's not like very helpful when you want to have it anywhere. That's just contributing to plastic water bottles and like Fiji, like you're just getting Fiji and then you're throwing those water bottles away, or recycling, but like, just don't do it. Just get your own Jacobsen salt. I highly suggest it. You do you though. Himalayan salt. Make sure it says Himalayan and it's not just pink salt, because pink salt isn't Himalayan salt. Now moving forward, the next step, you will be golden. This is an all-time favorite. It's so simple. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? That's what you're going to say? Yes. Just you wait. You're on your toes right now. I can feel it. So by doing this next step, you will literally feel so hydrated. You will constantly be drinking anywhere, anytime. You'll listen to your body's cues. You'll know when you're thirsty. You'll save money. And you'll be a sustainable person. Nothing's hotter, nothing's sexier than sustainability. Okay, here it is. Reusable water bottles. Yes. You're gonna be like, yeah, okay, I have some. Yeah, I'm sure you do. In the back of your top cabinet of your fridge, and it's getting dusty. Use it. Reusable water bottles, preferably stainless steel, prevent you from continuously buying soda or plastic water bottles at the gas station. They prevent you from going dehydrated throughout the day because you can bring it wherever, literally wherever. I bring it to the movie theaters. I bring it to restaurants. I bring it wherever because it's my water bottle. If you go to pick up food and everything, you can bring it and not ask for a drink. Like you can bring a water bottle and have them fill up your soda or whatever. Not that this is about soda, but I'm just saying that the benefits of a reusable water bottle is it can be used anywhere. So like if you go to a fast food place and you're filling up a drink, instead of filling up a plastic cup of water, bring your water bottle and fill it up. You are allowed to do that. It's not gross. I do it and I love it because I am taking control of my health, my hydration. I'm feeling so much better. I don't have fatigue. I'm not forgetting words in the middle of sentences. My skin is cleared up. Like, it is glorious. It is so glorious. And for your car to work, you need gas. So for your body to work, you need water. Reusable water bottles prevent your whole group from going up north and buying 2 cases of plastic water bottles. Like, we need to emphasize to our friends and family to just encourage people to bring water bottles so you can refill it and not, hey, we're going to have a party up here, get 2 cases of water. No, cut the crap with that, please, because most of the time people forget which one's theirs. They never finish them. You go through all of them. Sometimes there's places that don't even recycle. Like, come on. Save your money. Even if money is not an object for you, just realize that you would still have more money if you didn't. So buy a stainless steel reusable water bottle. Don't go on the trend of a million or 8 even. We don't need 8. We can't use 8 at a time. If you like 2, then you can have 2. Obviously, I'm not a dictator and I'm not going to tell you what you have to do. I just suggested in a very strong way. But please, 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 like nothing is sexier than having your own water bottle, staying hydrated, not being a crusty motherfucker, and going green. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I gotta say. Oh, yeah, and also with our Jacobsen salt, we have a tin, like a small tin, and I have it in my bag and my purse, and I take it wherever with me. So not only do I have my water bottle, but I also have my Jacobsen salt. So then I get water. It could be their tap water. I know that it's not the end of the world if it's tap water, but then I put my salt in there. Yes, Miss Girl. Yes. Okay, now moving forward. What is next? Because I digress. So the other day, I was watching The Office because I started back into it again and I love it. And this is what happened. Commercials. I freaking hate commercials. I feel like they're just a way to brainwash you. And they really are because they do it so often and it's just so annoying. But my point is, you would see Clorox commercials like no other, and then Quilted Northern. And here's the thing. Have you noticed, think about this, have you noticed how Clorox commercials and quilted, like toilet paper commercials, like all these companies, big conglomerates really, are advertising more because of the like latest news about the toxicity in our homes and dealing with cleaning supplies and the bleaching of toilet paper and that whole issue? Well, first of all, I'd like to say, you know how back then, and it may not even been that long ago, but like at least a year ago when this all first came out about the bleaching of toilet paper, so many people, even Ben was like, what, are you going to use a leaf now? Like, what are you going to do to just boycott this toilet paper? I'm like, ha, 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 funny. And now it's like serious. Like, they really are bleaching the toilet paper because people like uniformity. People like, they kind of pair white being clean, you know, like fresh, clean sheets, white sheets. Like, it's about this, you know, imagery that you have to pair cleanliness with certain things, certain scents. It's like the 5 senses and how we pair that with clean. And I swear psychologists are on their marketing team of any conglomerates like these. But the point is so long ago, even like with Food Babe, there were things that she was saying about ingredients and food dye numbers and various things that so many people were like, yeah, whatever, and push it off. And now to this day, Kellogg's is like getting sued and it's a big thing. And she actually has a lot of people backing her up. And then food dye red number 3, I'm sorry, got banned, even though a lot of people are like, yay, yay. It's like, no, that should have been done, 1, and 2, there's still red dye number 40 out there. But anyways, so my point is that so many times over the span of like length of time, you have these things that come out that people kind of push off and don't believe. And then it comes back up and everyone's like, oh my gosh, this veil is torn. They see clearly, yada, yada, yada. Well, they use this advertising when these things, like sales of theirs, are going down. Like, obviously their sales are going down because people are becoming more aware of the toxicity and the lack of care for people and families, pets, kids, just overall homes by these businesses. So they're gonna continuously advertise in ways that we feel are like relatable. So the Clorox commercial was about like this almost like a housewife type of style, you know, those shows and everything like that. It was like that type of style, or like Nada Yada Island, you know, that type of thing. And she was like cleaning the countertop with a Clorox wipe, and she was like, oh, nothing is sexier than just a clean home, or something like that. And I'm like, dude, vinegar and essential oils and your house will be less toxic and more germ-free than you could ever imagine. And there's so many other options that we can do besides Clorox and all those big cleaning brands like Swiffer, Sweeper, Wet Jet, pads and dry pads, like, hear me out before I go down two different pathways. One, if you have, like we do, a big bulk amount before, you become more aware, and you already have this purchase, right? Don't just throw it away. Use it up. If you've gotten this far, it's going to be okay. However, it does compound. So over time, once that's out, I highly suggest getting something better and more family friendly, pet, home clean. So there's safer alternatives out there like hydrogen peroxide, white vinegar and baking soda, essential oil-based cleaners, Castile soap and water. There's all these things that not only are cheaper, but it's made with natural ingredients. And if you notice, we always tend to gravitate towards natural scents, whether that's in Bath and Body Works candles or wall scents or cleaning supplies like lavender wet jet pads. Like, we literally have those, bought in bulk, like I said, from Costco. And the thing is, I realize it's not real lavender. Am I surprised? No, frankly, no. But it's like Febreze. Like, you have all these scents that imitate the real scent, but aren't made with real scents, when they have every opportunity and they have the feasibility to put in true simple ingredients. They just choose not to. And it's all based on the customer, it's customer based. So it's all whether or not they see their customers staying or leaving. If they have an increase in profits, they're not going to do any changes. If they see a drastic change in loss in profits, they will change things. So, like I said, it's all in our control. And if we're always gravitating towards natural ingredients subconsciously, like red light therapy when we could go see the sunrise or sunset, like having fake plants in the house when we could actually learn how you can be a green thumb without all of that intense soil or intense extra work. Sorry about Nala. She's learning her voice here, evidently. But just like various things that we find are either too time consuming, too expensive, or out of reach, I am here to show you. So one of that being cleaning supplies, to feel like you're in a clean home on your Sunday reset and just feel so satisfied. You can use vinegar, white distilled vinegar. You can get it at Aldi, wherever. If it's at Costco, maybe get it at Costco. You can get it in bulk. And then put however much you have in a spray bottle. Get a glass spray bottle. You can get that from Amazon. Put in like 5 to 6 drops of lavender essential oil, maybe citrus, maybe lemon. Do a couple different things, eucalyptus. Even grab some pine needles when you're walking outside during the winter with your dogs or just with yourself. Grab some pine needles. Put those in the jar with the white distilled vinegar. Leave it somewhere for 2 to 3 weeks. I think you could even do 6 weeks. Don't even look at it. Forget about it. And then it'll be a little brown, but it's actually antimicrobial, antibacterial. It's a disinfectant. It smells like pine, the scent we always gravitate towards in the winter. Like, it's beautiful. It's free. It's easy. It's accessible. It's not time consuming because obviously you can leave it there. White distilled vinegar does not cause, this is a bad time for me to lose my thought, does not cause any overgrowth in bacteria or, oh my gosh, what is it called? Maybe I need to drink some water, yeah? Good time, just get my energy back, feel like smart. Mold. It doesn't cause any mold, nothing like that. Put it under a sink. It can be dark. Like, literally so time efficient. So do that. And like I said, we have it in bulk, so I'm going to use the rest until it's empty. And then I had a great idea after it, because there's 2 tubs. We finished 1 tub, and I was like, ooh, what if I get some reusable cloths, or find cloths that we already have and cut it up, put it in there, put it with white distilled vinegar, and then do some lavender and eucalyptus drops in there, and just leave it. And you reuse that tub. I mean, it's a great tub to use that with. And then when you pull out your Swiffer sweeper, you can put it into those little holes that you pop in the wet pads anyways. You can still shove them in there and use it. Like, heck yeah, reusable. That was a sexy idea. I was so excited about that, and I wanted to share that with you guys, so I'm excited too. But yeah, it's being able to know that you're not going to let them take control of your health any longer. You're able to find ways that are accessible, they're cheaper, like they're very feasible financially, and you realize how much of a difference it can change, like beneficial wise, in your health, just from little changes. It's awesome. And obviously, like, I used to use this detergent. It's not Clorox, but Tide. And it was the sensitive, because I have sensitive skin. But then I was like, hey, like, I kind of want to switch over to like a more eco-friendly detergent, and they're kind of pricey. So we have Costco. So we went and got EOS, and some of my roommates didn't think it cleaned that well, but it also deals with your washer and dryer. We got a new washer and dryer because we're blessed, and it's actually done really well. So you can use the rest of your products. There's no point in throwing things away when you have them. That's just a waste. But just get some ideas, kind of like brainstorm for when they are all gone, and try new things. We use Grove, Blueland. Sometimes they get pricey, so you want to switch over and do your own cleaning. I get it, people. When did having just a taste for simplicity and farm to table and literally having food or having cleaning supplies or having the least, like without all these middlemen, without the extra steps to take to either pesticides or shipping or whatever, when did wanting less be a higher standard? Because people are like, oh, you're organic, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. And it's like, but you want these people to do more work and create synthetic ingredients and create all these things when we literally have it in nature. Like, you could go into your backyard and pull off things from a lavender bush. Like, when did that, I know that's kind of like not realistic in that moment, but that was just like an example to come up with the rest of the story. So just bear with me. But when did that become such a high maintenance, high standard thing? I have to disagree with that. Like, truly. Like, Dwight, oh my gosh, Dwight Schrute, he's literally on top of the world right now. Like, he is it. Beet juice, a big thing right now, and he's beet farms. Like, he'd be making money. Okay, anyways, I gotta move forward. Next thing. Plants. So, I know a lot of people, I mean, for myself, like, I suck with cacti. Wow, I suck with cacti. I really do. If you have followed us, connected with us on Instagram, recently we had a post about the greenery hypothesis and how you can have your own live plant at home and literally do the least. So the greenery hypothesis is about bringing in green, natural living into your home or around you. And it benefits us. There's many studies about it, but it benefits us in ways that are both emotional, like mental. So it helps our dopamine levels, serotonin levels, lowers stress, lowers cortisol, and it helps with sleep and just various things, right? Oxygen. A lot of the times, we as a society find more information on things like toxicity in the homes. Businesses tend to capitalize it, and we get steered in the wrong direction. So while we're all gravitating towards that natural living subconsciously, we are like sheep being herded by a wolf and are pointed into the opposite direction that in the long run benefits us and allows us to be like on top of the world. That was weird, but that makes sense in a way, I hope. So when we have toxicity in homes, what do businesses create? Air purifiers. And what else are made? Fake plants. But real plants provide fresh oxygen. They actually purify the air in the most natural form. They release, or they take out any toxic air in the home and release that fresh oxygen. So you're having a living, breathing, natural air purifier in the home, and you don't have to take care of it if you do what I'm offering. Some people are good with plants. I bottom water. I find that really helps. But this that I'm about to say is none of that. So get a pothos plant. If you don't want to know what that is, it's Pothos. If you have a family member or significant other that knows plants, they probably know what a pothos plant is. They probably have one. They're beautiful. They're very simple. What you do is you buy one, or you can take a clipping off of one and put it in water with Osmocote. Do some Osmocote, and that's it. You put it near a window. If there's a room with a window, you can put it anywhere you want, and it will literally grow and do its thing, and you don't have to do anything until it gets water below the roots. So that's it. It will grow, it will thrive. You just change out the water like every 2 months or so. You give it more water every month or so. Like, it really is so simple. You can't overwater it because it's in water. You can't kill it unless it's just like a bad plant. But let me tell you, I guarantee you, like 99% guarantee that you can have a plant, not do much with it, and it be chillin'. You get fresh air, you have the benefits of the greenery hypothesis, and less toxicity in your home. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about. You guys ready for it? You guys ready? Spring. Spring is coming, and typically you will have spring cleaning, or you want to start planting things. What I did over time as a hoarder, a sexy, sustainable hoarder, I have saved either flower bouquets or flowers that were either on their last leg in the vase, and I would take them out and hang them up and hang them in the garage and forget about them unless I was passing them, going in and out of the garage for months. I'd forget about them. They dry. You take the seeds. You can shake them if you want above the soil when you go plant. You can take them out. Like, whatever you want to do. You can do the least, you can do the most. You harvest those seeds and you can plant them. You can have your own rose bush. You can have your own sunflower bush. You can literally plant tulips and it not cost as much as you nearly thought it would, because rose bushes are expensive, and so are everything else in the world, especially for houses. Anything house related is so pricey. So by saving these flowers and them drying naturally, and then you using their seeds, you are then able to have the landscaping you've always wanted without having to pay an arm and a leg for it. Typically when you buy flowers, you can either do it in the soil, like tulips. You'll either buy tulips that are already cut, it's like that bouquet, or you can buy them when they're in that soil pot. Buy them in the soil pot. Spend $6, buy them in the soil pot. They last longer, and once they're done, you can literally toss them on the patio, not like throw them or anything, just like lay them on the patio, like sit it there. You don't have to take care of it. Once it's like dead, and it doesn't have to be dead, but it can be dead, because I did that. I put them out on a patio. I forgot about them for like a month or so. They were so dry. My mom was like, "What are you doing? Now it's dead." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, it could be, but I have some hope. I'll see." Because I was wanting to plant it, and I never got around to it. Timing, right? Then once I finally got around to it 2 months later, I took it out of the pot to see what we were doing with it. I was like, I'll probably have to throw this away or something. 27 bulbs, 27 bulbs had been grown in that pot. Bulbs, unlike seeds, are a little bit more advanced and successful in growing the actual plant. Seeds are going to plant, and half of the time they'll be good, half the time they won't. That's why a lot of plants will have so many seeds, like trees. Most of the time they aren't going to grow. But it bloomed 27 bulbs. So I planted 27 bulbs. And it was during the time when Obi was still with us. I am going to have that as his little area. It just makes me so happy because, one, I literally did absolutely nothing. Like, I forgot about it. It wasn't a time commitment. It wasn't like this unnecessary stress on doing something to have something. It was $6 for me to enjoy a bouquet. And now this spring, I'm super excited because they're going to grow. I planted them in the fall, which you're not supposed to do. I mean, you're not suggested to do, really, because then they could pop up in the winter. They definitely didn't because we have like 8 inches of snow. But with Michigan, it's almost like winters are like 4 or 5 months when every season is supposed to be like 3 months. So I really don't know if it's technically spring or not. However, I think I have good hopes, good vibes that they will do really well, and I'll have a whole area of tulips. And then I will have a whole area of sunflowers. I harvested the seeds from the butterfly bush before the winter because they were like blooming, and I'm like, I don't need more right now. They're not going to do well. They'll die in the winter, so I'll just save them. So, yeah. That and just this overall topic today in the podcast is you can have your cake and eat it too. You can live naturally and simply and still feel like your house is clean, still feel like you're not spending an arm and a leg, even though you feel like, what is water bottles? But, like $6 for a whole case. I really don't know how much they are for a whole case because I can't tell you the last time I bought them, but I have friends who do that every time when they go up north, and it just drives me crazy. But like, what in the long run does it but benefit you if you switch to living more naturally and simply? Because we gravitate towards that anyways. We gravitate towards natural essential oils like lavender and like having actual water, like feeling happy and functioning properly and having color and flowers. I mean, last season we talked about the benefits of flowers, the benefits of color, and we talked about how antimicrobial properties in pine trees and going natural in getting a real Christmas tree and doing all these things are so beneficial. And yes, it could be a little bit more expensive up front, but in the long run, you benefit with synergistic ways. Like when I say that it's 2 + 2 = 1,200, or 2 × 2 = 1,200, and not 2 × 2 = 4. Does that make sense? Because you are literally benefiting yourself in various ways of your life, various areas of your life that then compound onto those areas because of that. And then that compounds into other areas because of that. So it's like a continuous growth and a continuous benefiting factor that you have created for yourself by getting a reusable stainless steel water bottle, by implementing natural ingredients into your cleaning supplies, by, what were the other things? By having a plant in your home and not doing any, like, let me tell you something. If you are a individual with a plant in your home, that is so sexy. For men, you guys, nothing is more attractive to girls than having a live plant in your house. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something about like caretaking, responsibility, maturity, adulthood. It's just sexy. Like, raise your hand, girls. It is just so attractive when guys actually have live plants in their home. And I just picturing that in my head, like Ben actually having a plant. And that's his favorite plant too, is our pothos in the water. And it's beautiful. And I do absolutely nothing but forget about it. So before I rant on anymore, you guys, just love yourself. take control of your life. Realize you are the reason businesses are successful, and you can decide what businesses are going to succeed. You can take control of your life and be healthy and not feel like you have to do such big changes for changes to happen. Don't forget to tag us in your stories as you listen to this and let us know how this episode resonates with you, because I am excited to hear all about it. I hope you guys really enjoy this episode, as it really does come close to home for me. These are all the things that I do and that have benefited me. And like I said, we don't gatekeep here at The Happily Living. Check out and connect with us on our Instagram at The Happily Living, and check out our website at thehappilyliving.com. Tune in next month for our episode to drop on the 18th with the special guest, Erin Casile, as we explore human design and others. With love,